You knew me already, Ruchi. I am right now in GTB Nagar. It's very close to our campus, North Campus. So, uh, thought I might have been in Kashmir, I guess 20 days before this day. But yeah, turned out Jani Pai, now stuck here.
And what about Merunisa?
I came here, to Delhi in, I guess, February 2020. So I came here to do my internship. But turns out, like, yeah, it didn't go well. And now I'm stuck here in Delhi with my friends. And it's quite difficult, yeah.
सो आज का जो टॉपिक था मुझे जानना था क्योंकि ये मेरे लिए पहली बार मेरे लिए एक्सपीरियंस है घर में रहने का सो एंड इट्स नॉट गुड आई मीन आई विल नॉट से कि आई एम हैप्पी कन्फाइंड इन माय स्पेस एंड लिविंग माय डेज ऑफ व्हाइल स्लीपिंग एंड ईटिंग तो ये आई डोंट लाइक इट लेकिन लोग बहुत सारी बातें कर रहे हैं कि ये ना हमें ऐसा फील हो रहा है कि कर्फ्यू लग गया है और ये कितना बुरा है बट स्टिल आई कैन नॉट कंपेयर विथ योर लाइफ बिकॉज बीइंग कश्मीरी यू नो व्हाट इज दिस ऑल अबाउट ठीक है तो आई वांट टू नो योर पर्सपेक्टिव राइट नाउ इन क्वारंटाइन
I'll start, I guess, because my recent experience with lockdown and stuff lasted, I guess, for 6 months, which was recent, like after abrogation of Article 370. So I guess obviously it would be difficult for people, especially for the people of India or all over the world who have never, who are not used to this stuff. But when it comes to us, I whenever I talk to my parents these days, they are like, जैसा घर पे था वैसा ही वहाँ भी है तो डोंट टेक इट टू हार्ड ऑन योरसेल्फ तो वैसा कुछ है बट देखा जाए तो these two are completely different issues. Like we can't even compare them because Kashmir ka issue was something that could have been avoided, and abhi ka hai, it is it is mandatory. You have to do it. You can't take it lightly, or you can't just say कि नहीं करते हैं और avoid कर देते हैं. तो इसका और उसका comparison, I guess, उस हिसाब से is not just.
I think Maher is absolutely correct when she said that things were extended too far. Like not giving students the basic amenities, like not giving them internet stuff. Like people literally they could not fill their forms, and it seems very basic, but it's very difficult for the students to travel from Kupwara or from other districts to Banihal, which is almost 300, 400 kilometers, or let's say for 200 kilometers to some people. They are just traveling there to use 2G internet, and it's a big even at this age. If people are doing that much, it means that we have caused a problem in the system. So Kashmir being on the other edge, like it could have been avoided to a maximum extent, but yeah, there is a policy, and people went with the most of the time it was their national interest, which was always pitched. So that's what costed Kashmir 6 months of lockdown. But this lockdown, I think it's very different. It's like it's not only related to Kashmir; it's the whole world is now sitting at their homes. They are watching, and it's helpless. The situation. All we can do is just look after each other. That's the only thing people can do.
Okay, so my question is from Suhail कि see right now अगर लॉकडाउन भी है हमारे यहाँ पूरे इंडिया में या वर्ल्ड वाइड so हमें तब भी न्यूज़ मिल रही है but still I am unable to get news from Kashmir कि what is happening regard this coronavirus thing.
Actually, it started when the whole corona thing was moving on a very fast rate. Doctors were supposed to download the guidelines by WHO and all other things. It took doctors almost 24 hours to download 13 or 15 MB guidelines. So you can understand how the situation was in Kashmir at that point in time. It was pathetic. And the things that are happening right now in Kashmir, like you have again put on only 2G internet. Sometimes you say we have enhanced the speed. Sometimes you say we have taken back the speed. These are just hoax and fake claims that everyone is claiming. Like on ground, it's just very bad. Doctors are not giving, or they have not been provided with, let's say, mandatory equipment to deal with the situation. And doctors at some point of time they even wrote to the government that at least if you don't want to give us protected gears, you can just kill us. It's in that letter that they wrote. the Doctors Association Kashmir (DAC). They wrote it, and then if you look why the media is not, sending in their briefs, just read the journal by journalists, the Kashmir Press Association. They said we have been gagged, and that's the plight of Kashmiri journalists. That they, even if they want to speak truth, they need to have a medium. So that's not being provided to them.
Since a few weeks, we have been seeing this trend ki Islamophobia in the coronavirus pandemic, and
Yeah.
again having a Muslim name with
Hmm.
a Kashmiri identity. It's very, I think it's very important to let people know ki what is your life right now, what people say to you.
Yeah, exactly. I guess when I came here, कुछ ही time बाद the Delhi violence started. So I was scared because even if घर पे कितने हालात खराब होते हैं, nothing has been done on communal lines at least. So it was different. Exactly, it was different, and it was difficult because I was not with my family again. So obviously I had to leave my home every morning, and I was interning with Quint, so I had to go there. And it was, you could see it in the eyes of people when they looked at you, because I wear hijab. Even if I wouldn't have worn hijab, it would have been different, because obviously appearance matters. And they looked at me. I would be in metro, and they would look at me like, okay, theek hai. Obviously at times it was difficult, but at the same time it was like, I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but I was like, even if ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मार सकते हैं और कहीं कह सकते हैं, and I guess this mentality of dying and yeah, exactly, dying is मतलब हमारे brain में काफी पहले से, like we have to die, क्योंकि कश्मीर में it's काफी normal सा, कभी ना कभी मर ही जाना है, चाहे इस साइड से वहां से कहीं से, normal या whatever. तो it was in my mind कि कुछ हो जाएगा तो मर सकते हैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा. But even if right now I am away from home. Right now I'm living in a Muslim majority area. तो इस वक्त वो चीज़ नहीं है. But when I see the news, when I look at all the reports of the day, I don't know what actually triggers people to do this. I mean, people are not so illogical or irrational that they can't even use their own logic. So it's not good to see all these things, I guess. Yeah.
So what are the changes like you have been seeing after this pandemic? What are the changes you are seeing around? And
Changes as far I can see that people are, trusting the government with eyes closed. It doesn't matter what the prime minister says. People will go out there and they will bang every utensil they have in their houses. Okay, it's like to say it was in the solidarity. It's fine. It makes sense, but there need to be like hardcore steps on the ground if you have to make a change. You know, if you want to make a change, you need to at least come up with a plan, and you are just extending whole of the things. Oh, let me tell you two things that happened. Okay, recently in Mumbai there was this thing that people were told, but it was just a fake news to them. What was sent that you will be taken to your homes and lathi charged all of the migrant workers. They had nothing to do.
Mhm.
They just wanted to go home. And every day you will see on national television how they like report about people who just are traveling 300, 400 kilometers, 500 kilometers from Rajasthan to Bihar or UP. They just want to go back home.
like, what do you think after this pandemic? What should be done in regards with Kashmir right now? What should be?
I guess we are just asking the same thing. It is like, I mean, resolve the issue. Like, that is what we want. Resolve the issue. Ask people what they want. I guess that would be the first step. And right now, some of my friends who were studying in Delhi or other parts of India have gone back to their homes, and they have only 2G. So I guess students are suffering right now. They are suffering a lot because they have their exams, they have their viva, they have all their classes on internet, and they can't join it because of 2G speed, because of the restricted speed. And yesterday only, the ban was extended for, I guess, another 2 weeks or something like that.
Well, I think I will totally agree with Mer what she said. Look, there are not issues until they are being created. And what what we see the whole situation of Kashmir, it was never like this before. There were many decades or many phases in the whole occupation era where things could have been solved very nicely, very peacefully. But again and again, there were personal interests of only some people, which led to this whole situation. And at their hands, almost 80 lakh people, or let's say near about 1 crore, that's 10 million people are suffering.
Because then in 2019, it was unimaginable. I mean, you cannot even imagine. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at home. And the same I'm feeling right now. I do not know. I sleep at 5 sometimes. I do not sleep for the whole night. And I can't even tell my parents that I don't sleep. They'll be like, what are you doing? I don't know. What am I doing? I'm not actually doing anything. That is the question. I'm not doing anything. And that doesn't make even that sense. So, like, I don't know what to say.
That's what I was talking about, that you even cannot keep yourself motivated. Even if you are doing nothing, you are just, laying in your own bed. It does not make any sense. You are just losing your whole energy, but still you feel like, okay, I cannot sleep. The sleep is
Yeah.
gone. There are things in your mind which needs some clearing, and the whole thing that's been going around us, it's not helping our cause. And not only ours, it's just the whole world is right now in this scenario.
And it's a funny thing. Whenever we friends talk about like coronavirus and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm not afraid of dying. And seriously, I'm not afraid of dying. But I do not want to die away from home. I do not want to die away from Kashmir. That would be my last wish, I guess. So yeah, that is one thing.
And that the line you just told me in the second question, where you said ki Kashmiris have this kind of the mindset that we are not afraid of dying, and because we have
Mm-hmm.
seen a lot, and I mean, what
Mhm.
you can do the list, you can kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Exactly, that is the thing.
Actually, it's not normal what people say, but Kashmiris have been made to believe that it is normal to be
Yeah.
killed, and the whole world has been, or let's say the state has been, lied to this level where it seems to them that yeah, killing and dying is a very normal process. It's just quite normal. People die. 300 or let's say 350 deaths have been due to COVID-19, and there are more than deaths that happen due to stampede or that happen due to lathi charge in these days. Migrant deaths, they are more in number,
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing, I guess.
but nobody talks about them. It's just
I
it
guess
happens and people
we
forget.
people who are privileged right now, I mean, we have a say and we can make a change. Not like I'm privileged, but it's not like that I have a say and people will listen to me. People like celebrities and who actually have a say, they can actually make a change. And obviously, it's the common people, it's the poor of the country that are going to get affected. So I guess it's like obviously. I mean, उनको ही असर पड़ने वाला है. हम तो हैं, हमारे पास पैसा है, हमारे पास खाने को सब कुछ है. But it's them. I guess we need to be considerate of that. We have to be considerate of them.
एक आगाज, it's your story.